crypto pirates. Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate's FN Hangout. I am the captain, your captain, RG3. Welcome, everybody. I had to go Boomer Rambo on you guys today because did you fresh blood? Oh, Twitter looks like a war zone today. What is going on? What is going on out there? Hexicans losing their shit. Well, let me say hello to the chat room here. T-Bird, first one in. My Twitter partner. Good to see you, buddy. Hexy Quinn, hey, welcome, my lady. How are you? Dorsey, 78, 79. Dorsey, the third. How many accounts you have? I'm going to just start banning half of them so that we can just put one of them in timeout when we have to. Let's see. Who else? Alien Hexican. Welcome. Elliot. Hey, how you doing? Melv, Tony. Always good to have you here. And good to see you too. You know, I just found out what the GTSY thing actually meant. I hate having to look. I don't know if it's horrible. I have to look up all these damn acronyms that you guys put up. I do. I Google them so I don't look stupid when you guys are saying shit. And I found out what that one meant the other day. I thought it was Goatsy. I don't know if some of you remember Goatsy, but anyway, I won't go there. Anyway, some of you may know what that was. Let's see who else is in here. A lot of Hexaquin and interacting and Dorsey. What, we got 3 people in the chat room. Crypto Journeyman. Haha. Oh yeah, that screenshot. That was me as a young man saying hello to you guys. And Sandy Beach, my lady, welcome. Always good to have you here. Andrew Reynolds. Who else? Par Excellence. Hey, good day to you. Hey, we've got Motley Investor, a celebrity Hexican OG in the house. Wow, look at that. It's not just the same 40, 50 people who usually get here. We got an actual OG streamer in the house. Go check out Motley's stuff, guys. Chris. Hey, a normal name. Good to see you, Chris. You're a pleasant surprise. What else? Robert Kelleher made it for another show. Hey, glad to have you here for another show. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hit the button so that we can get more than 40 or 50 people in here. Hopperman 99. Good evening. He's talking to Dorsey and all of his so chingada madre. Oh, Thoschild. Hey, you Luke Duke, welcome. Here from the cheese state. Oh, very cheesy to have you here. Right on. And let's see. Yes, hello. Yeah, let me go to the end because you guys are tearing it up. RG3 rocking. Thanks, Crispy. I'm still trying. Today I tore up the beach on my new skateboard. That was fun. I'll get to talk about that today too. Not that it has anything to do with crypto, but anyway, it's what I've been doing these days, which is really cool. I gotta take this off. This is hot. That's my Rambo gig. I'm trying to be like Hexo, I guess, with costumes. Make it a little exciting. Fuck that. It's too hot. Very, very hot. All right, guys. So I have something to say to everybody. And it has to do with all the shit that I saw on Twitter. And just because you have a platform doesn't mean you should always necessarily use it or voice your opinion or start yapping or post things. Because what's happened today, and I'm not going to get into the details of it because there is no details yet. But some of you are losing your shit over something that was posted on Twitter, and you don't know what's going on yet. Nobody knows. It's all speculation. I can't tell you how many stupid phone calls I had to have today to talk people off the fence and all this other crap because they heard something in the Twitter space. Let me explain something to you all. Twitter isn't real life. It's just people in their basements voicing their opinions about shit that they have no real opinion on, to be completely honest. They just stir up shit. So And sometimes the outside world uses it to create even more FUD and weirdness and anger and animosity and all that kind of stuff. And I know we're at the bottom of this bear market. My opinion, anyway. We're at the bottom of it. And I know it's sucking down here, dragging our asses, belly in the sand, crawling around in the bear market. I know it hurts. It hurts. I know all your boo-boos need to be kissed. But you've got to wait. You've got to wait, and you've got to quit buying into all the bullshit that's out there right now. Just relax, row your boat gently down the stream. That's all I can tell you. So with that, I am going to start bringing on. Hey, by the way, guys, this is your stream. So let me do something. I think it's probably already done by my right-hand man here. But I am going to throw the link to the show here. That link means that you can click on it and come on in and talk to us. Thanks, Mel Tony, for the pricing of our glorious hex coin at 0.032 cents. What a bargain. What a bargain. Anyway, well, yes, Hexarican, this is your stream. I put the link in there. So all you got to do is click on the link, paste it in your browser. You click on that link and it lets you into the show. And as long as you have clothes on and all that good stuff, you are allowed to come onto the show and come hang out with us and discuss anything you want. And that's what we do here. It's called Discourse Syndicate, meaning that we are a group of people that engage in discourse, and it's within the Hex community that we do that in. So bring it, come on in, and let us talk about whatever you want to talk. So glad to see you too, Hexarican. Glad to see you too. All right, guys, without any further ado, my buddy, my pal. Oh, hey, what happened to the background here? Fix the background.
Yeah. Fix it.
Let me see. Fix the background here. Who is that young man? That young man needs to be. That young man needs to be punished. SWATs for him.
Needs parents.
Remember that? Some of you guys don't remember SWATs. We used to get SWATs when I was a kid. I got more SWATs than. SWATs.
We got a lot of a lot of willows in my area. And they make for the best whipping sticks. I'll tell you what.
And they had paddles. We had like these little little mini boat paddle things, and all right. We had some freaking handlebars you'd have to hold on to. I hated the damn handlebars. Wow. They had this for some reason. There was a hand down at the bottom of the door, like it had gotten closed in the door. So they say, grab the bars and look at the hands. And you'd have to go like that, and look down at the hands, and wow, wham. Get a few of those. But then they stopped that somewhere around the 80s, I think, or something. I don't know, late 70s, early 80s. I don't know.
Yeah, I was right at the tip of that. So I consider myself a geriatric millennial because I almost was a Gen Xer. I'm like right on the cusp there.
Yeah, and, so I was like
So I remember in elementary school, and not in junior high and high school, but I remember in elementary school, kids getting slapped by the teacher. So
yeah, I'll have to get the photo, but the worst one I ever got was so we took, they take the group photo for your class picture, and sometimes they just would put you in the box or whatever and just put your picture up there. Well, this one was like we all had to gather, sit on the benches and take a photo, right? Well, little RG was screwing around, and I put my hand down on my knee and I was flipping the bird to the camera, right? And I don't know what I was thinking. I thought it was funny. So I did that. And when the pictures came in, I'm surprised they even developed the damn things. But it came in and they're like, our little RG, get to the office. So I went over to the office, go in there. Hey, what's up? So they pull out this envelope. I'm like, oh, what's this? They pull out the photos. And I was like, oh, I knew what was happening at that point. Big red circle around me. My hand. What's this? I didn't have an answer for him. So it was handlebar and look at the hand time. And I don't know. I got 4 or 5 for that one. That wasn't good. That wasn't good. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah. But that was the worst of many that came.
Yeah. So I see you spend a lot of time slumming in Twitter. This is the first time I've opened it today. Actually, that's not true. So earlier today, I opened it so that I could pull up the FTX policies, what they want to do for the bill, which is absolute trash, garbage, literally going to leave.
Do you have it there? We
America
could pull up
behind.
and just kind of go through it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's, yeah. Let me pull up this too while I'm at it.
So what he's talking about, and I'll tell you what, I am freaking hot about this one. I am really, really hot about this one because this is what I was telling you guys about. The last 6 months that I've been spouting off about politics and what we need to do, I've been telling you guys that this is what they're trying to do, is circumvent us by putting in some bullshit ass legislation to get us canceled, to get DeFi removed so that the sexes can take over. And that's what this little thing is.
Let me find.
Okay, that's it, Rocco. You're done. You're done. Kid, short jokes now. Short jokes, really.
So I'm trying to find. Hold on a second. I'm looking at 100 different things today, so I gotta try to go back through here.
Okay.
But the one thing, I don't like this guy at all. I hate this guy. I mean, I don't hate this guy. He's just one of those guys, that thinks he's smarter than everyone else.
I know.
The little
there
nerdy
was another
kid that
one
got
just
picked
like
on
that
in
recently
high
that I
school.
met.
Yeah, and just someone that needs to be punched once in the nose in their life. But this Ryan Sean Adams from Bankless, he came out attacking BitBoy when BitBoy was saying, "Hey, Sam Bankman-Fried, this is absolutely horrible what you're doing with DeFi, what you plan on doing with DeFi. We should be coming together on these things. And for you to be attacking other people within the DeFi space, man, that's another reason I don't spend any time on Twitter. Like, even some of the people I like and respect the most seem to turn into the worst degenerates on Twitter. So you can imagine the people you don't like, how they end up turning into. So anyway, I was trying to pull up. He had a really good. I will give him credit where there's credit due, because he's kind of an ETH maximalist. Him and his show Bankless. Every now and then they'll have someone coming on doing a cool project that I'll want to listen to see how it helps and affects the ecosystem and Ethereum as a whole. And he had a pretty decent breakdown of the different ways that this bill was gonna offend. Cripple DeFi. Including OFACing all the lists and blocking blocks and like literally censorship on blocks and transactions within the blockchain. So that would mean that something that's decentralized, well, I don't know what Ethereum plans on doing with it, but it may cause a resurgence, quite honestly. It may cause a resurgence in proof of work chains coming back, even if they burn more energy, because they're a lot harder to censor if you've got censorship in the nodes, or I'm sorry, if you've got centralization in the nodes like you have with Ethereum now. So I don't know. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on here, and I'll pull this up. Let me just go ahead and put this on here. I was going to put up a summary, but I don't really want to read the whole thing tonight. But
no, we don't have to read the whole thing.
I mean, adding, OFAC sanctions list to transactions.
Yeah, a sanctions list. Who is going to put the sanctions list together? Who gets to put the sanctions list together?
And then what happens when someone dusts your wallet from a sanctioned wallet? And now your wallet is sanctioned because you had no control over whether someone sent you something or not.
You've got no control over it. Like anybody could send anybody some tokens and boom, you're done.
Yep. So and then block lists. So they don't call them blacklists. He wants to call them block lists. The correct approach to sanctions compliance on blockchain environments. So keep this in mind, guys. They literally took the bill that BitBoy and his team which Captain has been talking with these guys for a while now. We have been, not just Captain, but this channel, Discord Syndicate. So Captain and myself have been big advocates for participating and having a seat at the table with what they're trying to do with some of this legislation out there. And some of the stuff we knew was just going to be BS and at best just misinformed on how it's actually going to affect the space and how it's going to stifle innovation. But they literally took BitBoy's bill that he had sent them, and then they changed everything to help them as a centralized exchange get the so essentially they're gonna they do what all big tech has done. This is FTX is doing what all big tech has done. Yep. They want to make the rules so that they fit very well to their business model, and then they shut the door as the first mover. They shut the door of the people behind them so they can't come in and compete against them, and that's exactly what this does. So this is absolutely bad for all of crypto. It's absolutely trash. Wonderful for centralized exchanges like FTX and Coinbase. Because don't get me wrong, FTX may be the one that's pushing these narratives, but Brian Armstrong from Coinbase supports this, guys. So it's pretty crazy what's happening here. Yep. Hexarican, I don't think much happens to Hex if the changes come to DeFi via regulation. Honestly, I really don't. The only thing it could hurt is the USD value price for people. Actually, it may help the USD value price because who knows how many of the wallets that have interacted with Hex would be blocklisted or sanctioned and then couldn't cash out. So then you literally couldn't sell other than on a DEX, obviously. But what would be the point of selling if you can't cash out all the way? So unless you're just going to another coin. But I actually think it would actually be price positive for Hex. But you guys learn ways, guys. Here's other things to think about too, guys. Without using Tornado Cash and some of those things, guys, think about using bridges like Ren BTC and Rat BTC back over to BTC, because there's no tracking between the two other than the internal list that the Wrapped and the Ren BTC their front end. They may be keeping a list of from wallet to wallet. But guys, think about this. Instead of using Tornado Cash, take Rat BTC, unwrap it to Bitcoin, move it to another wallet, and then move it back on the Ethereum network to a fresh, clean wallet, guys. Think about these things. Think about ways. I think everyone should be thinking about these now, quite honestly.
And that's why they can't do what they're trying to do. That's why they can't do it, because how are you supposed to know that a wallet that transferred any type of crypto didn't transfer it from, like, okay, let's just say Hex is blocklisted, and you transfer that Hex into USDC, and then you send it to another wallet, and that wallet gets that clean USDC, but it was tainted by a Hex trade, and now that wallet is blocklisted. It just doesn't make any sense. It can't be done, is what it is.
So this is no one's going to be able to
put this out there. To even put this out there is like, dude, who the freaking hell do you think you are? Who do you think you are putting that out there? I think he's working with the powers that be, that probably they want theirs, and they don't give a damn about you guys. They don't want you to have your comeuppance. They don't want you living. And Big Pepsi said this in the past. He said, "You think Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett and these guys and Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk want you living in their neighborhood? They don't want some crypto degenerates moving into their neck of the woods." Too late.
So yeah,
coming.
So they
right, fuckers.
That's exactly right. Can't fucking stop us now.
And it could be you. I'm going to be moving in next door to you. You and your yacht, and mine's going to be in the backyard too. It's coming. Sorry, guys, but I am moving out there. All right, we've got some Hexicans coming in. Let's bring them in. You guys turning your cameras on or what? ID, what's up, yo?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
And Hexy Quinn, welcome, my lady, to the show.
Hi, guys.
Welcome. Hey,
we got very blessed tonight. Thank you so much for gracing us, Hexy Quinn. ID, it's good to see you too, also, bro. I don't want to discount your presence here.
We got us some degen in here now.
Yes,
we got us a real pirate from the bottom of the ship himself, baby.
Who keeps the ODB driver's license on their back wall behind them?
That's sick as fuck, by the way.
Guys, these are wild times. What's up, Identity Block and Miss Hexy Quinn?
How you doing,
How are you
brother?
guys? I guess we found out yesterday that Hexy Quinn has feet that are sexy enough for Redman to worship. That's something we found out
And
on one of my streams yesterday.
And hands sexy enough for him to stand on. That's what
Right.
happens when you get too close to the front of the stage.
Was he with Method Man when you saw him?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. When they played that song, The Rock Wilder, that's one of the few times in my life I thought the building was actually going to fall down. That was ludicrous.
Cool. Yeah, the whole Blackout album, that was freaking badass.
Yeah.
Meth and Red, man, what a great combo.
Power. Man, guys,
Power couple.
these
Takes
things
me
are
back,
recorded
man.
that are coming out
I'm
right
old,
now.
man. I feel like that was like 100 years ago.
We're not going to talk about how old we all are, okay?
Hexy, you
Yeah,
look like you're
let's
like
not do
23 years old. Stop
That's a
it.
what are
fucking
you talking
filter.
Stop it.
Wait, what time is it? In an hour and a half, I'll be another year older.
Oh, there you go.
congrats.
Oh,
Happy
right on,
birthday.
man.
You know what? I'd rather go to a fucking funeral than turn another year older right now.
Right? Shit. Tell me about it. I bought an electric skateboard. I've been feeling so old. And I rode the shit out of that
Love
thing
it.
today.
Pathetic, bro.
Dude, those things are sick.
Sounds scary.
Those things are sick. The one I got,
Not me, guys. I get better like aged wine. All right. So I like getting older. I'm cool with it.
I remember you said
yeah,
that.
yeah, until you start
Okay.
feeling it. Wait till you start feeling it, boy. Then all shit changes.
Yeah, but I've got what? You're about 15 years older than I am. I got about 15 years longer than you to figure out medical science. So
Kinetics, you don't need to be bringing up no numbers when we're having these conversations, man. I'm 15 years. Oh my God, bro. Rugged.
Oh.
So you guys really inspired me to come on, and probably, Quinn and Identity Block as well, because the things that you guys are talking about right now, there's no two ways about it. It's not, you don't even need to think. It's wrong on its face from every direction regarding the sovereign autonomy of free fucking people on this planet. And what'd you say, RG3? You said, who the fuck do you, and I'm sorry to swear, guys, who do you think
The FN
you
Hangout.
are? Who do you think you are, man?
And who do you think you are coming in here and dropping that on this whole community, on everybody in crypto, not just, this community here, our local group, but just what everybody stands for out here, and then drop that in the middle of it. Like, screw all you guys. I'm shitting in the fucking punch bowl. I'm sitting in the punch bowl. Here you go. Enjoy. What an asswipe. What a total asshole.
I've been going around some of these YouTube comments of people who that maybe we could qualify them as being DeFi kind of streamers, right? And I've been dropping the same comment into all of them. I've said, so divide and conquer, it is a thing, guys,
Right.
and all of you, whether you've been pumpy dumpies or whether you've been shillers. I lost my page already. Whether you've been pumpy dumpies or shillers or whether you've been statists, guys, this is the last call for salvation on the sovereign autonomy under natural law express. And ho bubba, express it is. Because this shit's moving fast, guys.
It is.
You could step into the truth beyond this whole conception of light or dark, your ego, his way. And some of you need an education really fast. So I suggest you skip the movie or the game or the beers tonight and you go read or watch. And then I go through a long list I won't bore you guys with right now, but they deserve it. And it was basically after one of those people started tearing into BitBoy's ass, because I think we've all kind of been pleased by seeing him kind of come around on all this.
I loved it.
Yeah, he come unhinged, and
No, I've been on him for like a year. I don't like the way he treated Hex. I feel that RH gave him a really nice opportunity to be in Hex pre-launch, pre-anything, and then he did his thing. He never talked about it. He dumped on our heads. He never.
Yeah, he
talked
cost
about
himself
it.
about $1 million too. So,
yeah.
Yes, sir. From before, yeah. I mean, I think he sold
Hey,
under
Sam,
a
are you
penny.
talking
And
about
then,
Sam Bankman-Fried you'll see Saturday? And you plan to discuss with him? Yeah, please
Oh,
give
nice.
him some Hexican mine, okay? Let him know that the rest of crypto outside of his I don't want to call it a shitty exchange. I've never used it, can't comment, but outside of the users of his platform, none of us like it. So let him know, please.
I'll tell you what, Brissology is going to be hanging out with him, exchanging pleasantries about Bitcoin is what will more than likely happen.
What'd you say, Hexy Quinn, about Briz last year? You said he reminds me of my drunk uncle.
I think that in my head every time I see his fucking name.
Oh,
I'm
you're
like,
the best,
oh,
Briz.
there's the drunk uncle again. Whatever.
Where's he at? Come on here. Come on, Mac. Come on, Motley. Come on, Lit.
There's a
you,
lot of
Briss.
drunk uncles.
but yeah, I think we need to do something. It's just neither of those two people, neither SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, or BitBoy should be the voices. I don't think they represent real DeFi, real crypto. And I think that you guys touch the right thing with this guy SBF, because you could tell that he's been doing this vulture capitalist type thing through the bear,
Yep.
where he's just buying anything that's just not. Or I mean, I've heard him make offers to Voyager, Celsius, Robinhood.
He bailed
I mean,
everything out.
yes, sir. So
Bailed it all out and sucked it in, and now he wants to
So-
keep it all for himself and legislate favorable laws in favor of him.
So Captain and
Right.
I have had this private conversation. It's probably going to get us banned, or at least the powers that be at the
Oh
top
boy.
are going to. I know. The powers that be at the top aren't going to like this, but it is very uncanny how this guy and this exchange came literally out of nowhere. They were put on high, all of a sudden had bigger transaction volume than Coinbase, who's been
Right.
in the space since 2014, and all of a sudden is making the rules. Oh, and by the way, all he had to do was give $5 million to the Biden campaign.
See, this is the perception. Everybody thinks that the way your news is delivered and the story is told is the organic way that things happen. And that isn't a shred of the actual truth. These people are put in positions, they get marching orders handed down to them, which was contingent for their placement in the first place. I mean, it's
Exactly.
plain as day.
So the answer to that, Child, the answer to that is to get rid of the legislation that put that power into place. And that is Citizens United. And people don't understand. And that's where we should start. That's where it should start, is taking the money out of politics. Get the damn money out so
I
that
agree.
we can have control of our shit again. You know, let the people have control of the freaking legislation.
I agree, but allow me to play Nostradamus for a second, guys.
Yeah,
It's
go
as
right
plain
on
as
ahead.
the nose on my face what's coming. Guys, the people that we have been wanting to go after because of all the wrong they've been doing, guess what's coming? They're about to get unplugged anyway, because the way you divide and conquer is you give 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 years to the one side, and then you give it to the rest. So guess where we're headed? There's a right wing, conservative, Christian, judgmental, fascist wing that's about to rise in the next year, 2 years, 3 years. They're going to be every bit as big as the Clintons and the Bidens and Hollywood and all the other shit we hate so much. They're going to seem like they're our buddies, and the end results are going to be the same that we've been getting or worse.
Yep, because they
Sorry,
use
I
that
get so
stuff
fired
just
up.
to divide. They just use that stuff to divide, man.
Yes, brother.
and
It's
It's-
very Prince. So The Prince by Machiavelli
Yes.
talks about the best way to enslave, or the best way to remain or have control over a population is to have them fighting at each other so that they can't unite against you. It's a
You
very
hear that, Hexicans?
Yep. Yeah, right. And you, and
Atta
I
girl.
wonder, it's funny because it's the extremely dumb and it's the extreme. When you look at a bell curve, it's the extremely dumb and the overeducated that fall for these schemes every freaking time. So either we got a lot of dumb Hexicans or overeducated Hexicans, but we got to come back together, guys. We really do. We got to. Who cares if you don't like some other personality in Hex? You know we've got the same things in mind as far as what we want to accomplish. We got the same goals. We most of us hold the same principles. We really need to come back together, guys, because if we can't even keep our house from being divided, they're just going to march right over us with crypto legislation like this, guys.
That's facts.
Yep. So what do we do? That's the plan. What is there to be doing other than bitching, moaning, crying, and complaining?
Toby Wan just said part of it. Man. We just do an end around on all this shit. We'd start our own parallel society, man. They can kiss our ass.
I think that we need to start by, we need to fight that portion of crypto that was attached to the infrastructure bill in November of 21.
Amen.
And also
They dumped that though. They didn't.
No, it's there.
They pulled it
It's-
out.
Yeah, but what's the ISO 222? What's the ISO 222? That's all the projects like Ripple, XRP. They
They're
say,
gonna hook up,
oh,
that's
you know,
how they
we're
hook up legacy to CBDC and
yes,
crypto.
yes. There it is. It's all the government contract crypto. It's all the stuff that we know that they could basically control up and down, in and out.
Well, they don't want to
DeFi's.
build something if they can't control it.
Yeah,
and,
right,
and you know what? I'd like to think that I'm above that. If I got that kind of power, that I just say, screw it, because I'm very libertarian minded. I don't care if you fling your fist wildly in the air as long as they don't connect with my face. Do what you want to do. What you do behind closed doors, whether it's spend stupid money on stupid crypto projects or sleep with someone of the same sex, I could care less about any of that shit. When it comes to social issues, I don't even think they should be political, quite honestly. All it should be is whether your government is infringing on your rights or not, and whether you as a sovereign individual should be able to take steps to make your life better as long as you're not trampling the rights of other people. So all of this to me is it's really infuriating, because if you're actually paying attention and you're looking, it's so easy to see what the end goal of this is. Control.
That's it.
They want control over other people, and they want to control how people live their lives.
And it's almost charming and cute that they do it under the auspices of something else. It's like, if you have half a brain, you see it clearly for what it is, but they'll say, well, we really got to save the children here, or we got to protect this or protect that. And it's like, no, you fucking don't.
It's for your safety. It's for your safety is the guys that they put it under. Hey, my guy, Bruce.
Hey, everybody.
So they do it under the guise of, we're going to make things safe for you guys. Just let old daddy government, Uncle Sam, take care of you.
Oh,
absolutely.
God bless.
Not only will we give you free money because we put you out of business, but we'll also make sure that we'll take care of you. So, because we don't trust you. You guys are stupid plebs. You can't invest wisely with your own money.
Right.
So we'll put things in place like accredited and sophisticated investor statuses, so that you can't invest.
Will you do that for us?
Rich people can. Absolutely. I'm going to watch out for you, Thoughts-Child. I'm going to make sure you don't make some stupid degenerate bet that gives you a 10,000.
I can't be trusted. Kinetics,
Nope,
I can't be trusted. I need you, man.
You cannot. That's
Thanks.
100% correct. Thank you. So vote for me. But going back to the, like I told you about my libertarian kind of beliefs, like live and let live. I don't know if I really want to get into it, actually. I'm going to hold off.
I was going to say, I'm not sure if I agree, man. Live and let live. Maybe some.
Real quick. Don't they put these things in law not to really enforce it, but just in case like you get out of line later
then they can
on?
use it
Some
on
of
you?
it. Some of it.
Beat you over the
Some
head?
of it's in place to move forward agendas and leave a road to travel on. But some of it, like, yeah, you're right. Like, if I want to go after somebody, I can use this law that we put into place to go after them. Yeah, of course, that's part of it. But there are other parts of legislation that are put in place to set up a roadmap, to set up a foundation for what they're trying to build. And that's what you got to be careful with and read.
Yeah, because they'll take as much as you give them, right? They'll take as much as you give them, right, RG3? If you give an inch. Yeah, it's the way of the world. And I mean, it's just like a lawyer. A lawyer goes in and tries to get it may be a lawsuit that, maybe the person deserves $100,000 for their pain and suffering and whatever happened, but they're going for $3 million because they know that they got to ask, reach for the stars and hit the moon, Yeah, that way when they get 2.1, it's a victory. Yeah,
exactly. And that's what this is all about. And they
And the lawyer
reach and
gets
overreach and
1.98.
stretch, because
That's
don't
right.
forget, when it does, even though the legislation, like what Thasha was talking about, so the legislation comes from the lobby houses. They write this shit. It's not our congressmen and our senators writing it. These lobby houses write it. And then they hand this stuff to them and say, pass this shit, boy. If you don't pass it, then I've got another guy over here that I'm going to primary you with next year. And that's how they do it. Now they take that legislation and they have to go and they have to wiggle worm through it and go, well, we can't say that and can't do that. And now how are we going to go to the lobbyists and tell them that we have to change this? And they go back and forth with each other and they take money from each other and back and forth. And then they make the law the way it is. So it changes and they pull stuff out so they can get votes, and they put stuff in so they can get more votes. And the lobby, they all get involved in it. And it's just a sham. It is not what the people are asking for. It's what the controllers and the puppets, so the puppeteers and the puppets and the money in between, that is actually making our legislation. And it's always about somebody else making money on it, and it's not us.
BitBoy's gonna get in between there, right?
You know,
shake down
I
the
know he hasn't been favorable to us. And
but not just that, it's just he likes to talk. You know, he was talking about suing Celsius and suing this guy for making a video. So is he really going to do something, or is he just saying this and then he backs out? And then,
well, I've been working with his people behind the scenes, and he's got a pretty good team, a political team, that are working on things and drawing this information out, you know, weeks before it's hitting the news cycle or Twitter or whatever. And so they're on top of it. Like you said, he's always been suspect because he has shilled things that have sucked. And he has said shit about Richard and Hex, but then he's also gone back on it and said, hey, I like Richard, I really do, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and even behind the scenes, I hear that same message from his team and stuff. So for what it's worth, you know, the guy is trying, I guess, without, you know, looking like I'm freaking, you know, slobbering all over BitBoy. But at least he's somebody who's trying this. Who else is at his level?
Right.
Who else is saying the things that he's saying at his level? Let's face it.
Everyone
he's got a lot
that's
more
even
views than
close
our
to
little
his
stream
level
does.
Yeah, anyone that's even close to his level, and so I mean, even up to half as many subscribers as him are literally pleading the fifth on this. They are literally taking a neutral stance. No one is stepping up and saying, "Hey, guys, we really need to further this space." And so I don't know about the rest of the world, how you guys feel about it. As an American, I do not want America being left behind. I don't want all the blockchain and all the financial fintech and all of it going offshore and going to China and Singapore and all these other places and giving them the competitive advantage over. As crappy as this place can be sometimes, especially with where our government's taking us, we're still the freaking best house on the block, as Captain says. And we're still that shining city on the hill for now, as far as the rest of freedom in the world are concerned. So we lose this. I think personally, we lose this. We lose all of it.
We need Richard to step up. Come on, Richard.
Where's the Hexaco?
So my point
I had to just throw this. I'll take this down, guys. This is just my favorite quote. And it, like I said, it's always done under the auspices of safety. And my favorite quote from Benjamin Franklin is, those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. So had to throw that out there real quick. So go ahead, Cap. Sorry about that.
It's all right. I like it when you get your little political wings out and flap them a little bit.
Sorry, I got to stretch them every now and then.
Is that any better?
There's a political beast inside.
You're all
me
right.
that never gets to exercise.
You got that eerie basement serial killer look to you going on there.
That's my steez. It's my steelo. I just wanted to say two things about BitBoy real quick. We all know that whenever Richard's in the room, BitBoy is like a testicle that goes back up inside of the baby's like stomach. He talks really big, and as soon as Richard walks in a room, that man's personality changes noticeably. The other thing I noticed about BitBoy that thankfully seems like it's finally starting to change, but I do wonder how many people got hurt, as you know, Identity Block is kind of seeming to be reminding us on this. I saw him last year literally feign a Chinese accent to introduce the centralized authority of a project. He was like, "Hi guys, I'm here to tell you today about Feng Shao coin. I'm really excited about this, and I think you guys should be too. Let me tell you why. This project is headed up by Heng Fo Shui and Lu Sao Dong." And I was like watching him. I was like, is this shit real? Like, is he doing this? And it was like you could just see the money going from the core team of this project into his pockets, man. It was weird.
Yeah, man. I'm not saying that that he's been 100% on. I know he was one of the guys that's making money off all this stuff. That whatever. There's a few of them out there making.
Well,
money
he says
doing
that
we
day
do
is
for
done.
free.
He says he's done with that.
Right.
He said it.
He mentioned.
Yeah, that's but like I said, he is the only guy that has had the balls to say something like he said today. And this guy that he's going up against, the guy that's putting this legislation, he's got a lot of power. And guys like him are at the mercy of the power. We're not. We don't get paid by freaking nobody. Nobody pays us. Nobody. The only people that can shut us down is YouTube. So you can go to YouTube and get us shut down, maybe. Whatever. But he's not going to silence us. We'll go somewhere else and we'll chat about this stuff. Like we've done it before. We've gone to other platforms and done this. So, but those guys are afraid of that because that's their livelihood. Their million viewers or whatever, their 150,000, 200,000 viewers or whatever, that's their livelihood. And they make money off of their advertisers and everything else. So I appreciate him actually saying something is what I'm trying to say.
Rectangle said, I was waiting for BitBoy to trash his entire studio.
It looked like he was going to.
Yeah. So when Heartbeat was interviewing Hexy here earlier, you had Rags in the comments saying, "Man, Pitboy looked today like he needed to lay off the testosterone replacement therapy a little bit."
His TRT load was a little high.
His TRT was a little high
I'm
today.
bummed I can't see the live feed. He doesn't have it on the video. Because I want to see what all you motherfuckers were saying.
Oh, I said some stuff.
Well,
Oh,
we can share it with you.
You
I
were
think I have it.
hilarious in the chats today. Man, I wish you could see it. I'll have to let him know. I probably pulled out at least 20 Chuck Norris jokes.
I was gonna say I've
no
seen
jokes.
Chuck Norris's name like 50 fucking times.
At least, right?
Yeah. I just seen because I was looking off to the side. I just kept seeing Chuck Norris. But I was like, better than some things, I guess.
I wish I could say they were coming off the top of my head, but no, it's just copy and paste out of Google. So there's a lot of good, really good Chuck Norris jokes out there. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel.
This
Token channel, his thumbnail was Chuck Norris today.
Who was?
Hex Token channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
That's
made
awesome.
his thumbnail with Chuck Norris.
Yes, Robert Keller Jr. That was one of the better ones I posted. I said Chuck Norris can do a wheelie on a unicycle. So
this guy I see over in Trayvon, respect, man. Like Tiggle Biddies, Tiggle Biddies. Like, yo, man. Look, bro,
What?
for real. I hear what you're saying, and I think I kind of alluded to that as much, but it has to be observed, my friend. There's nothing that came out of anybody's mouth about BitBoy today here that wasn't actually kind of accurate, my man. Like, for real. You never saw Richard Hart.
Positive stuff.
Well, you never saw Richard Hart pimping a Chinese project like that homeboy has. You've never seen Richard's personality change when BitBoy walks in the room. I mean, come on, bro. Like, it's fair. I get what you're saying. We do need to lock shields. We do need to create new alliances. I feel you on that, my friend. But it's not like we're over here lying, dog.
I've never had a thing.
And-
So I thought it was pretty crappy the way that BitBoy kind of shucked Hex off at the beginning. I thought that was pretty crappy, but I don't hold that against the guy. It was quite obvious ever since the last bear market when he started to ramp up in users. It was all about just putting an infrastructure in place where they could make money. It was just a business for them. To me,
They
it
all
was
do
obvious. Yeah,
They've
it was all
shucked
obvious.
off
That's
Hex.
all it was.
Every single one of them has shucked off Hex.
We could
Every one of
have
them.
turned this channel into a crypto themed show and just shilled everything under the sun and taken sponsors. We had offers. We could have done things, but we just decided to keep it true to the community that we first started serving. So that and we had those conversations like, would it even be worth pivoting this way? And you don't sell your soul for the devil.
And that's why we only have the viewers that we have. And like even
Mhm.
as soon as you start talking about other coins and stuff, you get more viewers. It seems like you got another project, you got another coin to shill, boom, the Hexican ratings go up, and there they are, whoa, running off to the races. But we're still here. We still haven't,
So how many Pulse
pimped any
Bitcoin
other
did you
coin.
guys get?
How many?
So
what?
how many what?
Pulse Bitcoin did you guys get?
Oh,
How long are they free?
I claimed all the free coins that anyone has decided to give us Hexicans that I found were safe after talking with devs and other people in the community. And I only sacrificed for Pulse and Pulse X. Those are my only two sacrifices I ever made. So that's how true to this ecosystem I am.
Did you donate for Texan, however?
I did, yes, but that's because I didn't want the Texan token. I mean, it's great that we're getting it, but I actually believe that their Texas nationalist movement, I think it will fail, and I'm okay with it failing. But I think it'll actually spawn the national conversation about the Constitutional Convention of States. So I want that to happen. Where the state governments come together and say, "Hey, man, look how off the rails and crazy and corrupt the federal government has become at DC. In a town that's not governed by any other state, they make their own rules and then they make all the rules for the rest of the world. No, thank you." So I like the idea of reorganizing the way the federal government from a legal,
I think some of the
constitutional
states are
point.
batshit crazy, to be completely honest with you. We've got some states that are fucking batshit crazy.
California.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
I live
agree.
in one.
Yep. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Hey, Biddies is making some good points. I just want to acknowledge him one more time because he's a frequent flyer over at Trey's channel and he says smart stuff. And I want you to know I respect you, brother. How about this? Let's call it this. We're speaking our piece on BitBoy and he deserved every ounce of it. After tonight, I personally can guarantee I got nothing else to say. I'm done. I'm ready to do what it is that you suggest because I have the same belief. Like I've been saying, if you watch any of my streams, my friend Thothschild, it's on here. Just if you can't find Thothschild, just do Thothschild Hex. I turn up everywhere as Thothschild. You watch my shows. I said something's coming down the hill. For a year, I've been saying this on my guest streams on Whales Only, on my own show. I said something's coming down that hill. Guess what? I turned around. That motherfucker ain't coming down the hill no more. It's at the front door. So I'm with you, my man, but
it's at the front door.
It's at the front door, but you got to give us that tonight, bro. Don't be like we're hating on that dude. We're calling it. We're calling it truthful, my friend. But I'm with you. I'm done with it. I'm ready to move forward. Let's build. Let's beat these bad people because that's what it is.
I've been wanting to get our communities together for a long time and not on any particular crypto or any particular personality. I'm talking about the principles of crypto. That's what is at risk right now. That's what we've all got to come together is the principles of crypto. Because if we don't, the Sam Bankman-Frieds of the world are going to tell us how it's going to be done.
Wait, there's more than one? Did you say that Sam Bankman-Frieds? There's more than one?
Plural, baby. Plural.
Oh.
There's more. And he is not the only one that's doing it. That is for damn sure. He is not the only one. Nope. He's more than likely he's got handlers and he's just a plant.
That was the point I was trying to dance around at the beginning of this conversation.
and that's just a conspiracy theory. It is. It's a conspiracy theory.
It's like the
not.
Mark
It's just
Zuckerberg
strange.
of crypto.
It's like
Because I
Ruski
don't
said,
know.
this is what I've been proving my whole life, the last 30 years, guys. It's like, it ain't a conspiracy theory. It's called conspiracy analysis because conspiracies exist.
Of course they
Yeah.
do.
Exactly.
But at this point, unless we know exactly,
But
unless we have definitive proof, we don't know. What this guy's
the word conspiracy was turned into a bad word during the assassination of JFK back in the 60s.
The Warren Commission. Yeah, it was the Warren Commission.
Absolutely. And you know what the original, I mean, in 1960 when they started using it, you know what the definition of conspiracy theory was when two or more people come together to decide a course of action that will spawn a reaction. That was literally the definition of it.
Sounds
So,
like an Alcoholics Anonymous quote.
you know, guys, it's stranger than fiction, but they're not lying to you. They tell you exactly what they're going to do. They tell you every time, and they're not hiding it behind anything. They're very clear.
Right.
That's
Hey, man,
what
I
And
think
then,
Sam
guys, I
Bankman-Fried-
had
Go
a
ahead.
theory on that one. If they have already been doing all these different consecutive orders, even before when COVID and all the thing happened, and I know that some of the banksters, they visited Trump in March of 2020, so stuff started happening even back then. That I mean, are they trying to just add more to that, or are they just trying to just put it on paper where it's now just not an executive order, is law, or
What executive order was passed? Are you talking about crypto or in general?
well, I
or-
mean, in the past 3 years, if you go back on March, the banks needed, the way I see it is the banks needed to go to zero reserve. So in March of 2020, you know that the repo
took
markets
off
of
the-
2019, they weren't working. So they needed to be
They
a
took
zero
off the
reserve.
reserve requirements to
So
literally
they-
zero.
yep.
Didn't have to have any money, any reserves in the bank to borrow
So
as much money as they
fractionary-
wanted.
Yep.
Can I do
No
that?
fractionary reserve. I mean,
Nope.
No, I'm sorry. That's only available to the wealthy individuals and the bankers of the world. Sorry, friend. That is not open to you, your pleb ass. Okay.
When you're not my
and
friend.
here's the worst. Here's the worst part of that is that not only do they get that zero reserve, but they get to take more on the reserve or on what they just got as a reserve
Right.
now.
Right. So then right there in, like, I want to say July, like maybe 3 months later, July or June of 2020, that's when they approve crypto custody for banks. So that's why we've had all this weird volume for the last 2 years, because they can just do zero reserve crypto custody. And then none of them, I think maybe Bank of New York Mellon just started doing crypto custody just a couple weeks ago. So that for 2 years, they've had authorization to be a zero reserve with crypto custody, but then they weren't doing the crypto custody. So you can see the volume spikes. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, what if this is just, added to what Tasha was saying about the IS 2022, and then this is just to add it to the law. But in reality, I mean, the way I see it, we've basically been under CBDC now for 2 years, because we've basically CBDC. What people need to understand is it's not the word. It's not like an action or like a switch that they just flip. It's just, if they do zero reserve and then people don't go to the bank to run and try to get their money, that's a problem. If the banks do crypto custody and people don't complain about that because banks now control, governments are attached to the dollar, or they're basically, what I'm trying to say is just nobody's complained for 2 years.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, if they approve it or not approve it, I guess what I'm
And
trying
there's
to
no
say is
reason
just,
for any of us to keep a penny more than we absolutely need in one of these institutions ever. Do not park your
not
money
anymore.
there ever. You're not getting anything
You know what I
for it
learned
anyway.
years ago, and I practiced myself. It's funny when someone called out Hexo for not having enough money to go to the PulseCon, and he showed his bank statement. I keep even less money than that in the bank. So mine would have looked pathetic. Like, you would have thought I was sleeping in a cardboard box. All my money is tied up in assets, and they're not all digital. Let me just say that right now. So
I live
Ladies
in
and
a cardboard
gentlemen,
box in the
pirates,
woods.
let me go ahead and take this show to a beautiful screeching halt and bring on our Dr. Diraj
shit.
Moore.
Inviting freedom, freedom, freedom. Where am I?
technically reserved
Am I
for
audible?
inviting freedom, but we needed it for
That
you.
was
Yes, we can hear you,
beautiful.
brother. We can hear you, doctor.
How you doing,
Yeah,
bud?
I
Dog.
thought the production quality was getting too high, so I had to average it out. So here I am.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Hey,
and
Diraj,
if you
I like
have
your
been following
gym rat
me,
crypto mustache.
I don't.
does it look-
I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding.
don't think it is similar, but whatever. But if you guys know, like, follow me, you know what I'm going to ask you, what you guys are drinking. I am drinking some coffee from 7-Eleven. It's French vanilla latte.
I've got a
Actually, I don't like the coffee as much. I just like to go to the convenience store, ask for a coffee, and then ask the store lady to, like, can I have some extra sugar? Wink, wink. And
Wink,
never has
wink.
worked, but someday it will.
We missed you, Doctor. Thank you for coming on. I love it.
It's Saturday morning, man. Like, it's 11
Thank
a.m.
God it's
here,
not
and I'm
Saturday
drinking
morning.
coffee. So it's 11 a.m. I'm drinking coffee right now. So you guess my night would have been very lonely.
Wild.
Anyways,
Did you have a wild night?
look at the quality
no.
of this stream going up and up and up and
Yes.
up. Hex Mac.
Hex Mac.
I really wanted the loosely wrapped bath
up,
towel,
Mac?
but hey,
All
I guess this is the
showered
Mac
and
I'll take. I guess this is
Oh,
the Mac
God.
I'll take. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. There it is. Pull a dude. The
Dude,
dude.
It's Free Ball
The
Fridays,
dude.
man.
Free
Let me
Ball
take over.
Friday.
It is Free Ball Friday. I started the show today.
Shoot, I forgot.
Let
And
me
I
take
still
over.
didn't wear underpants. Perfect. Perfect.
Stand up
timing.
quickly. Stand up quickly.
No. No.
I gotta take this.
Nobody
shit off.
wants to
I just had
see
a fucking
that.
scowl, man. I'm hot and sweaty.
Yeah, you guys didn't see my big
I
reveal
just
today on
wanted
Free Ball Friday, right? Free Ball Friday, I did the big
Don't say
reveal.
big reveal and Free Ball Friday in the same sentence.
No, the big
bro.
reveal was when I
Wow.
took off the towel that was under the robe. I was in fact wearing boxers, so it was kind of ruined it for
okay.
everybody.
Yeah,
Boxes
that
with
got
giant-
really scary
giant
there for a
melons in
minute.
them.
I said, "It's
I don't
coming!
know.
It's coming!"
I don't know
He's crazy
when
enough to do
and
it.
where it happened and why men's genitalia being photographed and sent to people or being put out there was something that
I've
was
never
good.
met a girl that's like, "Yo, send me a dick pic."
Like,
I've
check this
never-
out.
I've
Like,
never
check this
heard
guy
that.
out.
They
Yeah.
all look like naked mole rats. Like they're not fucking cute. Okay, just stop.
Never at my lowest moment.
Cute.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Yeah, guys, women don't find the nudie pics as attractive as we do. Okay,
All right.
so just
Different
wanna throw
brain
that out there.
wiring. That's a pro tip, everybody. Different
Yeah,
brain
pro tip,
wiring.
boys. Pro tip, boys.
Don't
These
use
poor
tip
kids.
in
Oh
any
my God, they're
sentences
so
from now on,
confused.
thus, child.
So confused.
That's your brain went there, man.
I know, but Free Ball Friday reveal, like, I mean, come on, man, you
Yeah,
put
you
my
started
mind
it.
there.
You can't stand it, but then you're all the ones that dig into it a little bit too far.
Yeah. Word, shut the fuck up about it.
I mean, that's so gay. That's like two dudes like making out, like so slow. Like, whoa, what?
What?
Like,
What? Why does he do that? You
Just
know
don't
I have a
associate
really
it with
good
like a toilet paper roll or
imagination.
something that I see on every day, and then make my mind go there every time I see
you're the one
one.
talking about your sexy feet on stream, girl. Damn.
I wasn't on stream. I was just trolling.
I mean, in the chat. I'm sorry.
Oh.
All right, let's.
I can't stand that shit.
So, Milf Tony, some other time when we don't have all the degens on the panel, I'll go over Executive Order
resource class
14067. So I'll go over that and I'll let you know my thoughts on that at another time. I want to start talking about more of these things just in a dedicated stream for them. So
Was this like their fifth or sixth approach at crypto in like the last like 3 or 4 years? And it just seems like every time they move it just a little farther, and then all of a sudden it disappears out of the headlines. Nobody talks about it. Shit calms down for 6 months, and then there's another approach, and this one's a little more developed and a little bit more specific. And then wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, when's
That's how they take your
Facebook's
freedom.
Libra coming back? It's gonna be like a little
I
bit
just wanted
closer.
to say, I just wanted to address kinetics. Like, there is a stream dedicated to you. It's called Wake Up Hex with Kinetics, where the kinetics
Yeah.
is missing. We would like to see you there sometime.
With the exception of you and Hexy Quinn, I don't think anyone cares to see me on there anymore.
That's
So
bullshit, and you know it.
Yeah, that is bullshit. I like that show more with you on. Not any diss to Bomb and them. They're great, but I liked it with
I
you
love
on.
that show.
it's I don't feel like I guide the ship anymore when I come in there. I just feel like I'm
Well, just
swabbing
because they
the
don't
deck.
respect you doesn't mean that, you know.
That's true. Nor should they. I mean, I,
don't know,
bailed on them. I
You left
took
them
the
hanging.
lifeboat and said, "Fuck all the women and children," and I bailed. So
It is 20. Hey, ladies, it's 2022. The men and the children go first. Okay, you want
Yeah.
equality?
Probably.
Back of the boat. Back of the boat with that equality shit. All right.
I'm just gonna jump in and start swallowing big.
Hey, Hex Mac.
Go with it.
Hex Mac, do you know why they let women and children off first?
Oh god.
So the men can figure it out in peace.
Ah. Good one, fucker.
I'm just joking.
hey, you were the one yourself, Hexy.
That ought to
said
get
on
you a
stream
couple of
today
dates, Briss.
That
There
guys
you
have
go.
the logical brains, and that so you did make
They
that
really
point
do.
for us today.
They really do. Why do you think I hang out with them?
Love it.
But
I
yeah,
enjoy
you
seeing
need to
You
come
guys are
back
too
'cause
nice in the chat. Thank you guys.
Wake up, Hex.
Dust Bomb never highlights my fucking chats. I think he hates me.
No, it's because he
He
only
doesn't
reads
find it
Russian.
funny.
That's why. Because he's
Yeah, he
he's a
doesn't get
Russian
it.
German in well, he used to be in France, but now he's in Portugal. So
He couldn't say my name properly if I gave him $1,000, dude. Every
can't-
time
He
he's
can't
come up
say-
against
he
Boss
can't even
Shop.
say- can't even say baguette correctly. So don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to get my troll on when he's running the stream. And
Yes.
Alan knows what I'm talking about. Like, where's Papa? At least he sees the shit and says it out loud.
Yeah, you got to understand the nuances of the language for that shit to work. We figured that out.
Exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't get it. He doesn't speak American enough.
He sees my name and he goes, I don't even know what this is. He goes,
That was one too far, Dorsey.
What'd you
What did he say? I
say?
missed it.
What'd you
Oh,
say?
shit.
You
It
said-
was
Here,
bad.
we'll just.
Oh, wow,
It's
dude,
okay.
That
We'll,
bad
just-
boy.
we'll pull it up right here.
It was
pull it up right here.
why they call a waste a waste.
Why?
Well, why is it not on our StreamYard
'Cause I-
here? I was gonna pull it
Because
up.
I gave him a 5-minute blockage.
Okay,
He's in
a blockage.
big
What, you like
trouble.
put a butt plug in him or what? Like, I don't get
I
it.
got blocked.
You know why it's called a waste? It's a waste of space that could fit under another set of tits. So
waka waka.
waka waka.
It wasn't that funny.
No, it wasn't.
Trying
Yeah,
Dorsey.
it wasn't funny.
I was expecting more from you, Dorsey. I'm a little disappointed. I should probably just hide that account altogether on this channel.
He's got 5 more in there.
I know. He said he got his second account was on his work phone and it got confiscated. So it makes me wonder what he did to lose his work phone.
Well, because he had us on it, probably.
I think I don't know. I'll let him tell you. But yeah, he doesn't have a work phone anymore.
Oh, I heard
is,
sirens and I thought Wales was here for a second.
So is
That's what
Richard.
I said earlier.
So guys, do we have to worry about Richard being sued, or is that a fake lawsuit?
Yeah, what the fuck is that about?
Whoa.
And I quote:
Dude, everyone
We
who's here for the
"Limp
first 6
dick
months, like,
legalese."
how many lawsuits did people try and file in the first 2 or 3 months of Hex, man?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And you got to watch it play out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's,
I
It's
tried
a slice
filing one
case.
against Richard for bad taste. Didn't even get out.
and you won.
That was-
You want to
The
know what
fashion
funny thing
police?
is? He may not come to the United States to represent himself, but for $1,800 that the guy lost, like he might just send a check and say, "Here you go."
Does anyone else think that Richard just like did this against himself for the
No.
media attention?
I have a feeling I know who it is, actually.
Hmm.
So check the private chat.
Check private chat.
Check the private
I'm
chat.
on pins and needles, bro.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Yeah, you know what? That's funny.
Oh yeah,
I bet you're
saw
right.
that Twitter. Yeah,
And the rest of you schmucks have to come on to see who it is. So see the private chat. You gotta show up to the
It
FN
stays up all
Hangout.
To the
stream.
green room.
You'll see it.
Yep. And so there's the link, all of you sissies. I really want Ross
Yeah.
Hex to come on.
And I want
never. He's
all
one of our
of-
best trolls, and he's showing up
oh,
again,
he's
man.
never
It's been
been
a
on,
while.
right?
He's never been on.
I want some of these hex.
And he was a D
live
live too.
I want you to talk shit to my face.
Uh,
I want you to make me
I
cry.
always think that
on
Ross was
stream.
a troll account though. I used to think that was like some other OG's troll account.
Oh,
Could be.
really?
I don't know. We've never seen his face. I mean, I've never seen his face. None of the time on D Live either.
And think about that. Like that's his name of a spaceship from that one show too, right? Rocinante. Oh, that's the horse from Don Quixote.
What?
Expanse.
It's the horse. It's the,
The
horse from
horse.
Don Quixote.
Don Quixote.
Don Quixote.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ship
yeah.
from the Expanse.
So
The,
it's
the
both,
smartest
yes.
of the two. Yep. That was a great tale, guys. Anyone ever read the classic Don Quixote? It's a good one, guys.
You know I did.
just see there was a technical question in chat. Now I'm itching to answer it.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Well, go ahead and
yeah,
scratch
like,
that itch. Then,
what
buddy.
is-
See you, hear you.
Oops.
Did you lose it?
Yeah. So somebody asked how the change of proof of stake to like the PulseChain DPoS to POS will change things for validators. Now, to be exact, I am not completely sure because it won't be a complete copy of Ethereum 2.0. Even though Richard says he is doing a copy paste, it won't definitely won't be a copy paste. There have to be certain parameters changed for being able to have a fixed supply and coin burning. So, but
Mhm.
at the end user level, yeah, not everyone will be able to run a validator or be able to earn Pulse by staking Pulse directly on the official website. But of course, there will be other ways to earn more Pulse if you want. By the way, I hardware will be affected because you don't need as much
That's what I was gonna say. You don't need as high powered machinery anymore. So we literally, with the machinery that we were using to run the test net for David Feeder, that same machine could probably run 60 nodes by itself. Like it's
wow.
the
Nice.
technical specs are not as you don't have to run a supercomputer to run a node now.
So you guys are guaranteeing no downtime. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and-
absolutely. And it's only 32. I don't think he's going to change it. I think he's going to keep it at 32 pulse, just like it's 32 ETH. So you can literally run 600 of them if you got the right equipment and you've got the space for it. And so you've got some redundancies. Obviously you want to look at redundancy on your heating and cooling, and you also need redundancies on your fiber lines and your power. But other than that, yeah, there's no excuse for
Why
it not to
couldn't-
be extremely decentralized around the whole world and to be able to have redundancies
Why
that keep
can't
it make it 100%
Richard
uptime.
change that parameter of 32 to have like whoever has the most pulse out of the top 32 validators? Why can't
He may
keep
decide
that?
to do. Him and his devs may decide to do that. I don't know. We'll
I
see.
mean, that seems like a better supply sync, and it puts the people who have
MT.
the
MT, what is up?
In a minute, bro.
I am
Hey,
suggesting.
what happened?
I am suggesting.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead, doctor. You had a question. Go ahead.
No, I
Or
was
you're
suggesting.
interested? Oh.
I was suggesting 14 million pulses for being a validator, but hopefully it would be. It's an arbitrary number. Whatever he feels like, he will adjust accordingly. But what is more important is you don't have to run your own hardware now. You can have it running on Amazon Cloud. What the current Ethereum 2.0 guys are doing. So uh, yeah, I will discuss it in more detail on my regular Hexation stream on Monday morning 9 a.m. EST. I had to plug in that
Awesome.
as well. So see you there. And
I'm just curious if you
Yes,
guys are getting as many copyright strikes on your channel as you used to get on our channel. I'm just curious. Asking for a friend.
I don't check, but it's not monetized anyway, so it doesn't really
Okay.
matter.
No, they're more careful now.
Yeah, well, we got we didn't
We just got
monetize any
another
of your
one recently.
guys's, and so the little ones didn't affect us, but we got hit with some big ones from all your Wojak stuff. They did not like that showing up
Yeah, they got
on
pissed.
anywhere but their own channel. It was a running joke around here for a long time for all of us behind the scenes
Right.
guys. It was we thought it was quite interesting. Middle class working man was like, "Oh man, do you want us to stop streaming on DS?" We're like, "Nah, you're fine, man. You're fine. Just let us know so we can we can edit some of that stuff out after the stream." So, and I agree with that, Rothko. I do agree with this. AWS should be nowhere near crypto, and I'll bet most of the ETH validators are being run on AWS right now.
Yep. Shouldn't even be part of it.
Do you guys think it's morally unethical to invest in PulsePot because it's a gambling?
Dude, what people do with their own money is their own choice. I mean, if you want to go gamble your money and get wrecked, you might as well just go to a real casino. At least there's some shows and some ladies bringing you free drinks. Like, if that's your thing, like, go do it, guys. I mean, go ahead. You know what? It's your
And
money.
Who cares about other people's fucking morals? I don't.
It's like
Yeah.
self-destructive behavior.
I get
Cool.
Well, yeah,
tired
you
of-
don't want them to do
I'm
what's
not
bad for themselves, but
doing
you
it.
also don't want them to hate you because you're pointing it out to them, because then you become the bad guy.
That's right. I just
Right.
get tired of people in general telling anyone what they should
Period.
be doing with their fucking life or their
Yeah.
money or anything.
I
Like,
don't give a fuck
that
what
shit.
anyone does with their fucking life.
No.
And I don't want them
Like-
to give a fuck what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. I think that, like, you can like lay out all the, hey, this is destructive, this is bad, this is that, like, you know, you can do all that. People just do whatever the fuck they want anyway. Like, they tried
Right.
to make drugs illegal. They tried to make online
How's that
gambling
going,
illegal.
government?
Yeah.
Well,
And that's all
everybody's
that it
here on
is.
their own trip. Who am I to judge what the fuck anyone does about anything, like, aside from being controlled by the government? But like, if someone wants to gamble, someone wants to smoke meth, fucking whatever. I don't care.
Right. When they legalize drugs though, and they put all these taxes though, then it's almost like it removes the free market. So it's almost pointless. It's like they're making their taxes, but then the market is not like this. The state that I'm at right now, they did medical and they're about to do recreational, but then they've put so many loopholes in taxes that people just don't want to do it. It's almost like three big corporations now that they can afford the dispensaries, they can afford the plantations, they can afford the workers, and then it's like back to the same thing. We're gonna have like Walmart weed or something. So it's just yeah, like if I think it's just kind of hypocritical when governments do that. They kind of legalize certain things and then they still kind of put all these loopholes. I mean, not loopholes. I guess when I'm using the wrong word. Sorry, guys. It's just there's no free market. You know, if there were free market, then this would actually work. They could make money. It's the same thing that it could happen with crypto. They can hold up all the off ramps and then we make all the billions that we can, and
Like
then we just,
crony
here you go,
You see,
get
it's
a cut.
exactly crony capitalism. It's about
Yep.
one piece of the industry, FTX, wanting to get
Yeah.
a stranglehold on this product for themselves, just like in any other industry out there. This is what they do, and they jam that money now. Now they've got a protocol on how to do it. They jam that money into the pockets of who they want to make favorable legislation to themselves, and that's how it happens. And we keep saying the government. It's not the government, guys. It's the lobbyists that have created the government for you, and they control the government for you, and they keep doing it, and they keep creating it, and they keep controlling it because they got the money and you don't. They got the money. They've got the power. And until you get rid of Citizens United, you're never going to get your fucking power back. So you got to fight like hell to try and get anything, to get anywhere, because the money is going to come and snuff you out. Watch this fight. This fight with FTX is going to be freaking tough. You watch. If we don't get up in arms, if we don't get up and start talking about what's going on out there, if we don't get people riled up about it, if we don't start getting our asses up off of our chairs and getting something done instead of just talking shit, we're going to lose, because the money's going to win, not us just sitting here going, oh, the government sucks, and they suck, and this guy sucks, and oh, they're making things suck worse now, and oh, now it's really sucking. Well, guess what? It's going to keep on sucking until it can't suck no more, until you're just done, until you get up off your ass and do something. And that's why I've been talking for the last year about politics, meaning you got to get involved somehow, either at a local level, any kind of crypto legislation that you see out there, start talking about it, start chatting about it, start a new channel, whatever you got to do. We got to start getting out there, though, and getting things done.
Right. And then now that it's going
We'll put money into all kinds of shit.
Yep.
We will put money into all kinds of stupid shit. But when it comes to backing a candidate or somebody that actually wants to do good legislation for crypto, crickets. Fucking crickets.
And then Cap, now that it's going to be cheaper to run, the network, we should also, I think this is obviously a suggestion, maybe we should start not just selling Pulse as a here, buy my token, dump my token, more as a here's a network that we can use, and we can use the network as crypto and blockchain was intended to, not just to pump it and dump it, but actually.
Hex is that thing.
Yes, sir.
Hex is that thing that we should be talking about. Again, I go back to it every time. Hex is the GOAT. Hex is the thing that changes everything. I should have just spit out my mint. Hex changes everything. It does. It changes freaking everything. This is what we should be fighting for, is Hex. Fuck PulseChain. PulseChain is just here to make Hex better. PulseX is just here to make PulseChain better. To make Hex better. It's all about Hex, guys. It is not about any of the other stuff that's coming out. Hex is the GOAT. We could win all of this on Hex alone. That's what they're afraid of. That's what they're mad about. They're mad about Hex. Look, if Hex sucked as bad as they all said, it would have been gone a long time ago. And it's not. It's still here. It's still thriving in a bear market. It's still doing well. It is not Brasology's Bitcoin. It's not freaking Ethereum. It's different.
Look at that look on his face.
That is a face of an offended man over there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, pay your respects to Bitcoin, all right?
We try to have a serious conversation, and then this guy shows up. Cosmic Cowboy, how you doing, buddy?
Yo!
What's up, my boy?
Look at that. But
good to see you, Cowboy.
We had the Hex, but now we have with PulseChain, which was just meant to make Hex run better. But I really think that's like kind of the seed to something even greater, to where we have like this financial ecosystem, to where all we need is Hex, but you also kind of need some of the other stuff. Like, unfortunately, you need like the stable coins, and you have the trading exchange, and you have this whole like ecosystem, financial ecosystem. And so
well, aloha.
Aloha, my
How you
Maui
doing, my
friend.
man? Good to see you.
What's up, fellow Hexican Pulsicans? What's going on?
I think
Not
I've
too
told
much.
everyone before, but this guy came to see me when I was in Maui. This time last year, actually, almost exactly a year ago. And he brought me some psilocybin chocolates, and I didn't take them, but I gave them to my boss, my insurance boss at the time. He goes, "What the hell did you give me last night?" He goes, "I could swear I was talking to the dolphins out on the beach."
What'd you tell him? Here, have a bonbon, sir.
Kinetics, I sometimes
Oh,
take
I didn't.
it
Oh,
over my
boy, you
told
just
him.
you're tripping now.
Don't worry about what I told him.
You got
You
a
doped your
full
boss.
a full welcome into paradise.
Yes, I did, man. Thanks for coming and seeing me, bro. That was fun. That was cool. I'll love this man forever now.
That was the first time I got to meet you in person, and like it was great. After all, like I this is funny about a lot of streamers is you don't realize how many fans you have. So we feel like we know everybody, and then we meet in person, and they're like, "Who are you?" And it's great. It's amazing. So wait, there's a lot of great Hex news. Are you guys ready for some? Are you guys ready for some amazing Hex news? Is everybody on the
stream? We need it.
Okay, well, look, every community deserves a chrononaut, and I'm here to say that all time runs together. We feel like we're perceiving it in past, present, and future, but I'm telling you, in terms of all time, Hex is hitting all time highs. So that's if you could see the full trajectory of the timeline, everybody would be celebrating. And I actually received a very specific instruction for everybody in the community based on this, because it's hard when you're looking at like the news or like one particular parameter to get excited, but when you pull out and you get perspective, then it allows you to see the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is beautiful. So are you ready for this? I wore the Hex symbol on my shirt, but I think everybody knows it. Basically, it's very simple. It takes less than a minute. But I want everybody to close your eyes, including everybody watching. Just very brief.
Unless
just
you're driving, which it looks like you're doing. So don't you close your eyes.
Look, I'm driving and I can do all this, but no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so close your eyes just for a second, and I want everybody to visualize the actual Hex logo, the symbol, the hexagon. You can see it with colors and all the details, or just the general shape. But the key thing you should look at is the sides. The 6 sides. And what I wanted the instruction I was kind of told to tell everybody is how grateful to be that we are here in this moment alive, and that we have Hex, or have sacrificed. Just that word alone, if you've sacrificed, that's a beautiful word. That's somebody who understands what life is really about. It's about sacrifice, and everybody in this community is in that zone, one of those two things. But for each side of the hex, of the hexagon, just think of one generation. So like the top of it, think of your parents, and just everything that they went through to bring you here, to their life effort, and brought you onto this planet. And then you go back to the next side over from it, and you go to their parents, and just your grandparents, and think about just how different things were. They had no idea of Hex, but they struggled and sacrificed so that you could be here. And you just go all the way around the hexagon, and you get to like 7 generations or 6 generations back, and you realize there's so many people that have done amazing things so that we're all here, and that we're all in Hex. And so it's like, that's the celebration. Now you can open your eyes, and don't worry about the price, and be patient. Focus on the beautiful thing, the sacrifice you made. Focus on the fact that we're supposed to be in a project that is about relaxing during time and celebrating the moment, because the future is good. So anyway, that's the good news, and I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you, friend. Thank you.
And I fucking love your vibes.
Look,
There's no more positive person than Cosmic Cowboy.
sorry, Cosmic Cowboy. but I'm going to say something very offensive, like not really. But
There's
you,
no
you just
offense.
said
There's
think
no
of
offense.
no. It's not actually, but uh, just to be clear, but like you just told like imagine all the things people had to do so for us to be here, and you are kind of saying imagine your grandparents fucking so that you were
That's what
able
I
to
was
be
thinking about the whole time.
like
I was like, okay, please,
Where
maybe.
Grandpa loves
no,
grandma. You know what I mean?
He's a
You know what I mean?
doctor,
Wink,
everybody.
wink.
That's beautiful. I think you understood
biologically it is
He loves his wife a lot.
I know
Mhm.
it's all cosmic anyways.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyways.
I thought it was transcendent, honestly.
I put
Apologize for the insult. Freaking love it.
Are you zooming in from India? I've spent a lot of time there. I love India.
no, I am in the Philippines right now.
Oh, in the
I
Philippines. Okay.
am originally from India. I am from
I have
India.
never been to the,
Mumbai
I have
to
never
be
been to the Philippines. Yeah, I've never been to the Philippines, but I've heard they're amazing too.
They are.
Holy shit, is that Cowboy? What up, Cowboy?
Hey, Tehote.
Jehudi.
That's how it's pronounced in Egyptian.
I know, my friend. I certainly wouldn't take the name if I didn't
How would you
understand
know
the in and
that?
outs of it, because I get challenged
You know
by
what the
people
token
everywhere.
means?
How are you doing, man? I was
Oh
just
man,
thinking.
it's good to see you. Oh, I got one thing to say to you, okay? Just one thing. Here, look at
Right.
this.
Close your eyes.
Go Phillies, go Phillies, baby.
Oh, you don't even want to know, bro. I was born in Pittsburgh, so I'm actually black and gold.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, if you're for Philly fans, this is a good time. This is a good time.
You know what's funny, dude? With Mac here and me here and you here, I realize we represent that whole esoteric angle of Hexico, but like I guess you're like the esoteric good. Mac is the esoteric neutral, and I guess I'm like the esoteric kind of evil. So it's kind of like the whole spectrum.
It's just
Well, we
that,
want to be harmonious, and you know.
Yeah. I got to get you on that show. I think
It's
SJ
that
gave me
basement
contact
vibe you
info
give
for
off,
you, so I'm gonna reach out. I'm sorry, Ken. What?
I just said it's that basement vibe you give off. That's why.
Well, that plus I relish
and his
combat.
past.
But
Well, there you go. And relishing combat. Okay.
thank you. It's good.
So wait, did I miss any movie updates? I want to hear about the movie. Who else is so excited to see it?
Me. I'm excited. Can't
Already
wait to
saw
see
it.
You already saw it.
You guys got that the torrent going up? Can I download that somewhere? You just
You
slip
guys
me a
act like you were
USB
part of the
that on?
production or something.
Yeah, right.
Like
Well,
they like
took our
yanked
phones.
the.
Yeah, they
They
took
only-
our phones when we went in.
Yeah, they
We
wouldn't let us
couldn't
have our
really?
so we-
phones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We could only have so many people to qualify for all the award ceremonies, including the Academy Awards. You can only have so many people view it at a time. So they literally had to take like a roll call and make sure there were only so many people that were
We had
watching.
to sign
it.
NDAs going in.
Yeah. Yep.
We produced the damn.
Spoiler alert.
We can't talk about it. That's right, Dorsey.
We
We
can't talk
lived
about
it.
It
But
was
yeah,
badass
it's-
though.
I mean, I've been waiting so long, my excitement has turned into numbness at this point.
on
Good.
everything,
MT's
right?
here.
We're
Yeah,
all
MT,
numb.
what
right
up?
now. We're all numb.
What's up, Doc?
Everybody is numb.
I do
That
have
means
those
we
Motley.
have more bear market because the bear market doesn't end until you start getting angry at everyone.
I'm just not that
Yeah,
kind
but-
of person, man.
Yeah, me either.
Me neither.
I
I
don't-
don't give
no.
a shit.
Look,
No,
the bear market is an integral part of our whole experience. You have to go through adversity. Like it's how you grow, it's how you test yourself, it's how you evolve.
It's
And the more
forging.
that we've been through a lot, for sure. I totally relate. We have been through a very challenging period already. But again, this just think about it like a rubber band. Like the whole human race is like a rubber band, you know, and we get really stretched bad. And when you're getting pulled back, it doesn't feel good. And it's like, oh my gosh, and they're just going to keep printing fiat, and the crypto can be in a bear. But really, at some point, which, you know, is coming up, that rubber band's going to release, and boom, think about that. When the release
but
happens,
it doesn't always snap back into shape, my brother. I'm a testament to that. I'm one of them gum bands.
That's because
Grandma stretched out too much. That shit ain't going back.
Still getting... I don't even want to go there.
What is up
Hanging
with
out
your
from the
mind,
bottom of the
Ken? Why do
sweater.
you go dirtier than I ever
I
mean
don't know.
anything,
It's just
dude?
like coming from you. It seems like you intend it that way.
No,
Like,
you're
maybe I'm
fucked
reading
up,
this
dude. You're
wrong.
fucked up in the head.
Everyone started laughing, and I was just gonna say that's because you've still got the tension on your rubber band there, buddy. Just wait for it to snap back. It'll go back.
There we go. Thank you. Thank
See
you.
what happens when you let your kids watch MTV?
It's the spaceman. It's the spaceman from MTV. It's his fault.
I feel like I know what Thas was getting at there, though, is like for every action, there's a reaction. And for every decision, there is consequences.
That's right.
So it doesn't always snap back the same. I feel that a lot because, you know, there's been a lot of situations in my life where I make a decision and it turns into something that affects me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that happens.
doing a lot of that will wise
You got
you
that
up real
right.
quick if you survive it.
If you survive it.
But it forges you. It makes you who you are. So I
This
wouldn't
is
change.
true.
I've been through the ringer.
Well,
And I
RG3, you
wouldn't
and me are
change
damn near
anything.
anti-ballast now, brother. We're like bulletproof, my friend. So yeah, there was
because we're
something gained.
forged. We were forged in fire. You know, that's what it is. It's an annealing that's going on. What Cosmic's talking about, it's an annealing. You know, we're getting hammered and hammered and hammered, and every time you hammer that hot steel, man, it just gets harder and harder and harder.
Toby one, I don't know if that's fair. I don't know if that's fair, my brother. I'll snap out, but I ain't snapped.
Yeah. It's more like a bow when it really comes down to it versus a rubber band that snaps back. It's like a bow being pulled back, and then boom, it launches that arrow. That's kind of what's happening right now, is it's being drawn back. And that's what a bear market is. It's a long drawing back of all. It's a suppression of price actions. It's a suppression.
Ooh, I like that.
Of buy
That's the kinetic
pressure.
energy. Yeah.
It's what it is. It's kinetic energy. And that's why
Say my
we
name one more
see what
time.
we get every time. Look, guys,
Look at it.
I don't know why we think this is like so bad, and why people keep asking, like, oh, you've been through a bear market before. Is this what it's like? It's like, fucking yes, this is a bear market. This is what it's like. When you lose 90% of your shit, you're in crypto. Welcome, enjoy.
Maybe
because
we
we've
can
been through it time
reframe
and time
it.
and time again. And look, guys, history repeats itself. There's nothing new under the sun. All of the markets have done this. They dip, they go back up. They dip, they go back up. Look at the stock market. It's the same thing from down here all the way to up here. That's what it does. And in between, there's these little emotional cracks that snap your brain when it goes down 40, 50%. In crypto, it happens to be 80, 90%. So guess what? You're in it. That's what you're in. Sit back, relax, row your boat gently down the stream.
And if you're staked, there's nothing you can do about it anyway. You're fucking powerless. So just stake it up, man.
100%.
Maybe we can reframe
100.
it. Instead
Wait,
of like
if you're-
bear and bull, we can reframe it to boom and bust cycles.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're truly staked, again, depending on, I guess, the degree of your portfolio or whatever, but if you're legitimately staked, here's a word of advice: focus on your stake. Focus on, like, you really, again, you can celebrate it. It's like, what, you don't have to worry about this for a number of months, and for many people a number of years. Like, this literally, that's what it's kind of like testing us, because again, it's like, what goes through you when you get knocked down? Are you going to attempt to get back up? Are you going to use your heart and your energy and, pull it all together to do it? Like, that's what it's all about. And what you need to focus on is, when is my stake over? And if it's not today or tomorrow, then you don't even have any excuse. You should not be worried. You should be out there celebrating.
So
DB
what
Cooper
you should
is
be
right.
thinking
You're giving
about?
us mixed signals.
Shut the fuck up, Briss. So what it is, what it is, it's all about where you put your energy. First of all, energy. Yes, get up and fight for your freaking rights and for your standing in crypto and you're standing in the world and be a human being and go out there and try and make change and try and get rid of the powers that be that are trying to screw up your life. Get up and fight for that. In the bear market, just chill. Just
It's
relax.
like that
Because
prayer
guess what?
that says the
You're
wisdom
going
to
to
know
be-
the difference, right?
You're going to be making hex every single day. And you should be looking at that. Go and look. If you've got 15, 10, 11, 12, 5, 4 year stakes, go look at what those are doing right now. Today, we should all be, if this was a bull market, we'd be all super excited about the 6 point whatever hex you made per day. We're making more hex per day right now than we ever have. And nobody's talking about that because guess what? In 10 years from now, when hex is $5, $10, $15, $20, you just made that many hex per day at 6 point whatever. What was it today? 6.15 or something?
6.312. I tweeted that shit out this
6.312.
morning. I'm talking about that shit. I'm talking about that shit.
6.312 hex per T-share today. So that means that those hex are worth, $15. Boom.
Every day that
15
you're
years into
earning
the
that
future.
shit, all of your averaging prices come down too.
Yeah, it's going to be worth over $61 when hex is $10 each.
That's right.
Exactly. For that one day, you're just crushing it every day. Every day you're crushing it if you're staked. So you shouldn't be worrying about it because you're staked until that period anyway.
Can I ask a question? I don't know if you guys saw. There's a content creator who's caught fire on YouTube. He's probably the most popular current independent researcher out there. He goes by, pardon me, my God, I'm choking on my excitement. He goes by the name of Archaics. Cowboy, were you on a Archaic stream recently? Because there was a Cosmic Cowboy in there. Was that you?
It was not this Cosmic Cowboy.
Okay, well, Crypto King and I, Torin, T-Bird, Tin Top. I always get T-Bird and Tin Top confused. Tin Top was in there too. We were banging on the term Hexicans in his live chat. Guys, this guy has 60,000 subscribers. There's a clip on my YouTube channel, 2 clips. Jason Brashear is from Texas, the YouTube's #1 independent researcher he leans in, looks at the screen, and he goes, Hexicans. He goes, guys, you'll have to forgive me. I'm a little bit retarded when it comes to some of these technological terms. Does anybody know what the Hexicans are? And we were like, yeah, man. We were like, he shoots and scores. And then I was laying it on him. I sent him an email. I'll probably hear back from him soon because he's really receptive to that kind of stuff. Right after that, he goes, false child. He says, my God, that sounds like Rothschild. And I was like, yo, you're the man, bro. You did it, man. Yes.
I saw that.
I got both those clips.
I see Hexicans. I'm seeing a pattern here. And I noticed patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that line was so good.
Thanks, Gen X. You're absolutely 100% correct.
Hexicans.
I've heard that name Archaics like 3 or 4 times in the last week or two. So he must be popping because now I'm gonna have to go check it out. Right.
Before he went on Santos Bonacci's program in the Syncretist Society, he had about 3,000 subscribers. He's got 60,000 subscribers, gaining like 2,000 every week now. It's amazing.
Looks like she might have included you on that one, Kinetics.
She didn't specifically exclude me on this one,
but you did say she didn't. So good. That was.
That's true. I gave some credit that maybe I shouldn't have given. Dang it! I should have thought that over. And since Daraj is on, and he, she, it is in, I don't know its pronouns, but since they're in the chat, I'm just gonna play this for them.
Inviting freedom.
And
I love that you have that clip.
Freedom.
I love that. That's just like
I didn't admit shit, Dorsey.
I want Mirage to sing "Ain't No Fun" by Snoop when PulseChain launches. Are you practicing? D-Raj? You know that song?
Yes, I'm practicing. I'm getting
Yes.
better at it, but I have vowed not to
I
use
mean-
the golden mic until PulseChain launches.
Oh,
I know
okay.
every word to it, so if you need any help, let me know.
I sense a duet coming up for this.
No.
Is that?
Oh.
No.
Oh, there we
And
go.
corrupt.
Can I
Little
request
tag team
songs
rap?
and you make a whole video?
No.
Yes, when PulseChain launches, I'm going to launch my own token, which you can pay me
Oh boy.
in.
I'll
So
I was gonna
that
say
I
you
can
should
take
do
it for
music
you.
videos
If
for
you sing that
donations.
Yeah, get a cameo set up, Daraj.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And if
I
you ever
am
need like
see,
a lead or a backup
people
vocalist,
ask-
let me know.
Look, I will tell you the truth. Like
That's it, T-Bird. You're right.
here,
That's the song.
That's a good
I'm
one,
here-
Hexy. Maybe
Like-
she's not sure what your pronouns are, Hexy.
Hey,
Quinn.
ladies can be
It's
handsome
me and
too.
her and bitch. All right.
She and her and
but
Anyways.
but
Hey, MT
you see, people ask
Corner,
me like
welcome.
or comment.
He hasn't said a word.
So
I've been
I
trying.
think I kind of.
There's 30 people in here. It's hard to get a word in edgewise.
Did you guys have? Hey, MT Corner.
True.
Did you guys have a bow season at the end of August during rutting season? Is that when your guys' bow season in musket?
It's
Or black powder?
bow season starts like a month before rifle season, and my
Did you get to
shoulders
go
all
this year?
jacked. No, my
Oh.
shoulders jacked this year, so I couldn't pull my bow. So I was throwing a temper tantrum all bow season, but general season starts tomorrow, so I'm gonna go blast a buck tomorrow and have some good eats tomorrow night. That's the plan.
All right, I like it. Inviting freedom. That's inappropriate for you to address me that way. Okay, let's not
think
make
she's
sure we don't
talking
do
to
that
me.
again. No, I
If
don't believe
you-
so.
Yeah, if
Genetics
you're a
pronouns
follower,
are Zimzer.
you have to be following. You have to follow the chat. That was the Hexicquin.
And it was fun having you on here, Cosmic Cowboy. We'll see you later.
Oh no.
Rug.
That was my first time getting cut. I love it.
See, you were wrong. She said, and Hexy Gorgeous too.
Oh, she
So-
was talking about kinetic.
Mhm.
You know, I think if you go
Alright.
back 1 year ago from tonight, I was on FN Hangout, and Kinetics was asking me like about like deer piss and how we use it for hunting, the application of it and stuff like
I don't
that.
think it was me because I'm pretty familiar with that whole process.
We'll have to go back and watch.
I'm
that.
not. Please
It
explain
popped
yourselves,
out in my
guys.
head.
Mostly for
I
hydration.
really
Describe
love
yourself as a deer
the
You
piss.
hillbilly
don't use
hunting
that
shit.
unless you're bow hunting.
Hillbilly
You
hunting
only
shit.
use that when you're getting really close to what you're about to kill. So, and you don't need that with a
you
rifle.
broke back mountain motherfuckers, man. Let me know about the deer piss, please.
We'll private
Let
chat.
me teach you how to be a real man there, Captain RG3.
Yeah, you teach me how to be a real
You
man.
get a little on
teach
the
me.
neck. You get a little on the neck. A little on the
You ever
neck.
been on a ever been on a cattle drive?
We'll teach you Richard's secret.
Now, how does this piss collected?
That I don't know.
True.
I think
Who knows?
all of our imaginations come up with the same thing. I think.
They're on probation.
Oh boy.
Hey, Hex Huddle, you were making all kinds of gay innuendos at me earlier today in the chat. So in Heartbeats chat. So if you're gonna make advances towards me, just claim it and then show me that you are as cute as you say you are. Okay, that's all I ask.
Proof of pig.
Damn it, I want to see that chat. Did RG3 hear what I called him in my
No,
stream
what
today?
did-
No,
What did you
yes,
call me?
you gotta tell him. He was too busy skateboarding today with all the
Well,
young
Electrically.
whippersnappers.
When I say dad's here and I call you dad because you're the dad, you're not that much older than me, but I call you that because my dad is the captain and I'm his first mate, Smee. And so that's why I'm like, oh, here's Dad. And, you know, we get our spankings when Clay fucks up and Nomics, and you let us have it. But that's why when I say Dad's here, it's because I call my dad the captain.
Gotcha.
Not because you're old, because you're not that much older than me.
I'll take it. I'll accept it.
So every now and then we get a good stern talking to by
You're
Papa
my
Captain over here.
stepdad that I
laugh
hate.
my
You're
ass
not my
off.
real dad.
That's because I beat on you.
I don't have to listen.
That's
to you.
because
You're
I
not my
smack
real
you
dad.
around and do what I
You're
want
not
with
my
your
real
mother. That's
dad.
why.
You're not my real dad. Well,
No, Kinetics, your stepdad.
I'm stepdad.
Nah, Kinetics is the cool uncle.
I'd rather be the
relation
cool
there.
uncle.
And
for
Briz
sure.
is the drunk
Cool
uncle.
I'm the drunk uncle.
If that was directed at me, you're getting a timeout, Ross. You're getting a timeout.
Oh, Ross.
What did you say?
Maybe.
Damn it, I missed
He
it.
called me grandpa instead of daddy. I like it.
No.
Daddy's okay, but grandpa's getting taken a little
You're
too
not
far.
grandpa.
And then
It's
somebody
mine being called daddy. It's grandpa where he draws the line. That's right.
and somehow the uncle turned into the creepy uncle.
No, drunk uncle.
The drunkle, as Torin
Drunk-
says here.
Drunkle.
Yeah.
What
Bob,
Well, it
whatever.
looks like my deer piss.
I love my dad.
You first place a camo urinal in the woods over a bucket. When your deer use it, you collect it. Pretty simple.
You gotta
All right,
just
Jay,
put a
I
little
gotcha.
cup out there.
Wait,
Don't
wait,
just
you guys,
fill it up
you
and
never,
put
Or
the
you
cap
step
on.
on a jellyfish in the woods and the deer pisses on your foot. Second way to collect it. All right.
you guys never explained the deer urine.
So if I had to
Nobody
guess,
They use it
I
for
think-
cologne.
It's
Do
for
they milk
hydration.
the deer? Do you milk the deer for its urine?
Well, yeah, I think they have.
No,
deer
that's
farms. They
that's
must,
another
right?
process, Jay. That's a different thing completely.
That's,
You go to the store and you'll see a wall of deer piss products, and you're just like, "How did they get all this deer piss?" So they must
Yeah.
have like a farm of deer, and there's just a guy under there with a bottle, just like catching it. There's got to be.
Let's Google it.
I just want to know who the first. Now, what do they do with the
Yeah,
deer
who was
piss?
the first guy to do that?
It's like, I'm going to rub this deer piss all over me.
He's like, that's the ticket.
I wonder what
I'm
the
telling
guy's
you guys
job
do
title
some
is.
weird shit out there, man. Some weird shit goes on out in the woods with guns and freaking bows and
There's
arrows.
some city slickers quote right there. You milked our cow. We don't have a cow. We have a bull.
We do weird shit. Meanwhile, there's some broad across the street in the alley smoking crack in the city there. So, yeah, it's crazy what the
Don't
country
live in
people
the
do.
city.
Yeah. You know what I don't have in my city? Yes, we have some backwoods.
You don't live in a
hillbilly.
city. You live in a hamlet or a
in
town.
in the yeah. There,
You
in-
guys
in the-
collect deer piss. I collect homeless people piss.
I was gonna say we
Brissology
don't have people
does.
sleeping in their own feces with a drug needle next to them on the street. So we don't
I was
have
gonna
that.
say,
going on
Briz,
here.
are you out there milking homeless people, bro?
They don't even wake up.
I'm just collecting their piss.
On a
Oh
job.
man, please,
How
let
else
this
do
bear
you hunt
market
them?
Go away, please, bear
Yes,
market, go
yes.
away. The
I live in the
quality of
Hobbit
this
Shire.
show, as bad as it is getting worse. Please, bear market, go away.
Oh yeah, he acts like once we're in a bull, we won't talk like this.
Well, no, it's not as bad when it's in a bull market. It's like,
Okay.
oh,
What
you
would
can
you
say
rather?
anything. Everything's okay.
Bad
In a
piss
bear
or
market,
bull
it's
piss?
just
Due
We
to
have
the
to make
bear
sure it's
market,
worse now.
Due to the bear market, there are people applying for jobs in these large fields where there are just deer and urinals, and there's like the person stands on the corner and has like a bunch of mints and like breath wash and like
Like some R. Kelly other
Hand
out or
sanitizer.
some shit.
$20 is $20, man.
Little
You know,
raincoats.
how much Hex can you buy for $20?
Somebody shows up with a 30-pack of beer and some roofies for the deer. They're like, all right, let's get this party started, baby.
oh my
oh
gosh.
boy.
The deer start drinking and pass out, and you're like, cha-ching, motherfuckers.
They're making fun of us, empty coiner, for living out in the middle of nowhere.
Look,
You know what? I'll say this much: we don't have My Little Pony wannabe girl boy things running around
look
where
at
we're
this.
at. So that's great.
Lord.
well, look, there's a reason.
There's more of those in Denver than there is in any state around.
I'm nowhere near Denver, so they can have them. I'll send them all there.
Grand
I'll
Junction.
put them on a bus. Yeah, Grand Junction ain't too
I'm
great nowadays
damn near
either.
far away from LA.
Kinetics has had the
looks
same
like
tranny in his Hamlet for 23 years, man. I mean,
And
come on.
everybody knows who it is. I mean, come on.
Everybody knows.
Aunt Ted
that's
has
Carl.
been a crazy
He
weirdo in town
volunteers at the
forever.
fire.
Everyone already knows Aunt Ted, okay?
There's
Auntie
a good
Ted.
reason that we're the 4th largest state in the United States, and there's only 1 million people that live here across the entire state. That's it. We have less people in our entire state than most people have in their city.
God, that sounds so
And that's
good right
that's
now.
because we have to collect deer piss to survive. Okay, so there's a good
Rothschild
goddamn
looks
reason
like-
that nobody wants to come here.
Rothschild
and
looks
I
like
like
there's
it that
a
way.
deer within 50
Of course,
yards
you guys
of him.
like it that way.
Welcome to our Hamlet, sir. It's ma'am.
Oh my god.
Auntie Ted has the good lollies, right, Knipples? I don't know what the fuck a lolly is, so that must be
Lollipop.
okay.
Lollipop.
Okay,
Sucker.
if you say so.
It's candy.
It's also you say some weird stuff. I just never assume that it means what you think it means.
Oh, that's probably true.
Yes. RG,
Oh,
trust
Dorsey
me. I've
said
been
it.
to RG's house twice, and I think they live on both sides of him. So
Wait,
Does
I
he
can
live in a
translate.
I
What
live,
was the
yeah, I live.
weird
I
Aussie?
live in a shed down on the street in the middle of the
He's got
city.
flintlocks and blunderbusses, so he's all right.
It's
Great
like
point,
it's like in your
Hex-Mag.
parents' backyard. There's a shit back there, right?
Roofing deer. Oh, the conversation.
I remember
We're gonna
when
come
like
full circle.
living
Now
in
it's
a
okay, come
van
full
down by the
circle.
river was a threat, and now it's like they're trying
dream.
to sell that as like
Oof.
the American dream with tiny houses.
I was gonna say, I live in a box in the woods, man. So
Tiny houses.
Live
Pretty
in a
peaceful out
van
there.
down by the river.
Hey,
for
Dorsey.
100,000.
if you want to insult me, at least say it in American, because I don't know what the hell you typed. in there.
Twos and you get your shirt off.
Oh fuck.
I got a hashtag MT. Awesome, man.
What other communities are losing their mind live on stream in the middle of a bang market?
Yeah, but we're in the best mood, man.
I have a request. Again, this is a request not just to us that are chatting, but anybody who sees this. And it is keep an eye out, keep an ear out. If you have anybody, basically, I would just take it as far as your life, but definitely within the community, because in all seriousness, people can take this hard and just get stressed and have anxiety. And like if each of us keeps an eye out, and just if anybody like that, reaches out to them, especially in the Hex community, crypto community, and just let them know that you support them and that you're there, and like, hey, like we're all in this together. Again, in my opinion, that alone is something worth celebrating. Whatever we're going through, we're in it together. And how great is that? And how great that we have a community, and that we're, like we always say, we're communicating, and and I think celebrating too. So anyway, that's my request.
I like
Yeah,
it.
brother. Cowboy, can you check private chat? Do you have access to that from your phone?
Yeah, he does.
I'm not very tech savvy, but yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Just check it. No big deal. Good advice, brother. It's a good advice. There are some people hurting, I take my
Yeah.
turns at it, but we got some brothers that are really down right now, and they need that, what you speak of.
Yep. And I'm not going to be one here to say you created your own mess for yourself. But here we are today. If you did make things hard on yourself, hey, just stand by, wait, and guess what? Things are going to be different. This
Yeah.
too shall pass. It will change, and things may get worse, may get better, but they're going to change. So,
Well, they say the
but-
universe abhors a vacuum, right? It also abhors eventually imbalance, you know, and Mac's been even helping me with this, man. You know, like I'm one of these people where if I was having coin flips, I had 13 fucking coin flips go against me, you know, from losing mom, losing the house, losing the marriage, losing the business, not getting the SBA loan, this. You're like, yeah, all right, this is cute. That's enough now. That's enough, you know, but you weather the storm and you just have a choice as to whether or not you're going to keep the stiff upper lip or whether you're just going to go to pieces. And that, you know, doesn't benefit anybody, much in the same way that worry never accomplished anything. So
I've
So
always
get out there and
sucks.
laugh as hard as you can right now.
Yeah,
because
it doesn't make it suck, much less bidet, you know, do what you can.
You know, I've always had the thought that these bear markets turn people who come into this space as like quick flip, you know, people. It turns them into like bag holders, and then it really turns them into long-term holders. And you know, then when they see that like the money comes back, the boom cycles come back, they become more, I guess, secure in investing in these coins, and they become larger coin investors, I think.
and longer.
Yeah.
Tenet here is longer. It's about the long haul game. It's not about a get rich quick scheme. Ow. The way Hex launched and the way people made money on it, it was quick. Don't get me wrong. It was quick. This is probably the quickest way anybody's ever made any money, unless you, of course, got in at the top of the market. But again, this too shall pass. And guess where you'll be if you do have, and you're holding. You're only losing if you're selling.
Danny boy, who are you talking to,
The
kid? I
bear
said I
market
lost my
world.
mom. Is he saying his dog pull up my panties? I lost my 1.5-year-old dog and live in a fucking tent. Congratulations, fucktard. I lost my mom. Still live in a house. Sorry.
I don't think he's talking to you, bro. I
Yeah.
think he's talking to someone else.
Yeah, I think
Otherwise-
so too. I was just laughing at Hexy Quinn's suggestion on how Gen Hex can make some money.
Yes.
Some
I
beer
think
money.
he had a-
$20 is $20.
Hey, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. Okay,
It is.
So-
That's a mathematical fact.
that is a math. And just think about that when it does another. If you put it into Hex and it does another 100x, hey,
Gen
just
Hex, you
saying,
should charge more than
$2,000 is $2,000, man. That's-
That could
You can charge
justify a lot of
premium
shit,
next time
dude.
round.
Everything's for sale. Everything's for sale.
Everything's-
With that, good night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Thanks
We'll
for
see you
having
next
us.